You think these two dudes have eaten some weird stuff? Wait till you hear about some other two dudes.
Let's talk about that. Good mythical morning.
We've all gotten a little hungry at times, but eating a plate full of nachos in the back of an Uber at 1 a.m. does not make you the hungriest person alive. But eating almost 200 cats, that might. Yes, we're gonna talk about eating cats. You have been warned.
Okay, so today we want to crown the hungriest man ever.
The hungriest man alive.
Hungriest man ever.
He's so hungry.
We're talking about the scientific condition known as polyphagia. That means basically eating everything in sight. It is an actual condition.
It is.
And it turns out that there's a bit of a debate over who's the hungriest man ever. There are two men worthy of the title, so we're gonna present them to you and then hopefully reach a conclusion because this matters.
It does. I'm gonna start with the guy that I think is the hungriest man ever. Charles Domery. This guy was born in Poland in 1778. So when he was young, he joined the Prussian army, and he was so dissatisfied with the rations, with the food that they had, that he actually switched sides and went to the French army.
Wow.
Just for the food. And so when he's with the French army, he eats all available food.
He deserted for dessert.
Oh, nice. Oh, don't eat my finger, please.
I am hungry.
Don't be that hungry.
It can't keep going.
Okay, so he moves to the new army. When he takes all the available food from the French army and eats it, and he's not satisfied, so he moves on to all available cats. Yes, this actually happened. The guy is said to have eaten 174 cats in a year, and he still said that was not enough.
Well, that's like half a cat a day.
Oh, you think you could do that?
Well, I'm not saying it's normal, but I'm not saying it's a lot either.
Okay.
So, I mean, you got to build your case a little more than just half a cat a day.
This? He also ate 5 pounds of grass a day. 5 pounds of grass.
It's like a cow?
No, he's a man. That's what makes it weird.
Right.
If he was a cow, it'd be like, hey, cow eats 5 pounds of grass, you'd be like,
so what?
Normal.
What else?
He also once tried to eat the severed leg of a comrade after it was blown off in battle. So it's just like, we're out there, you get blown up, your leg comes off, and you're like, you gonna use that?
So it's like this is...
You're gonna eat that?
Polyphagia is like a compulsion. I mean, it's blown off, they're not gonna reattach it. Let the man feast.
Well, he did. It says he tried to eat. I don't know how much he got down. But then he becomes captured by the British Army. You know he's not gonna be satisfied there with porridge and meat pies and lard,
burn,
kind of
British food burn.
But what he ends up doing is he impresses the British people who are keeping him prisoner so much, they're so fascinated by this guy that they begin to do experiments, appetite experiments on this guy.
All right, like what?
Well, I mean, it's not really an experiment. They just gave him a bunch of crap and saw if he could eat it. If he could eat it. They saw if he could eat it, man.
And what did they saw?
Well, here's what they did. They gave him, in one day, 10 pounds of meat, a bunch of multiple bottles of wine, a raw cow's udder, and and 2 pounds.
I've never looked at that and said, I might want to bite it.
2 pounds of candles. Just, hey.
We've eaten candle.
Throw some wax in there. Throw some candles in there.
This is like a production meeting for Good Mythical Morning.
Well, and the interesting thing is that this actually satisfied him because it said that he did a little dance when he went back to his cell after this, apparently weighted down by the cow udder, the wax, and the meat, and the wine.
I think my guy tops him. His name is Tarrare. He is a Frenchman from the same time period, so the 1700s.
Okay.
Dude was so hungry, his parents couldn't feed him. They kicked him out. He starts walking the earth, becomes a freak show
like
act.
Kung Fu.
Yeah, but a little bit different because instead of hakayaking, he's eating apples whole, live animals.
Oh.
He's eating those, wine corks and rocks.
Hold on, he eats the cork?
And the rocks. For money. He joins the French army and listen to what they do. They make him courier. Why? Because he can swallow messages, because he eats everything, and safely take the messages across enemy lines without them being found out or taken from him.
But how do you get the message back?
Well,
does he internalize it and then speak it, or does he?
Yeah, why couldn't he just know it? Well,
I can memorize this. You realize?
Well, to answer your question, he was captured. They his enemies chained him to a toilet to wait for the message to be delivered. Oh. But then he one-upped them and ate his own poop. So he just kept eating the messages. And they also did experiments on him. This was after his military days. He was in a hospital where they fed him a meal enough for 15 people. It had cats, snakes, lizards, and puppies.
What?
Dude ate a puppy. He ate puppies and a whole live eel.
Hold on. You don't want this guy to like take care of your pets.
No.
Doggy daycare by Terrare.
All right, it gets worse.
They never come back.
Listen, after he left the experiments at the hospital, he would come back, go into the morgue, and start eating the dead people. And listen, I'm just gonna say it like it is. At one point, a 14-month-old toddler went missing. Dude ate a child. Dude ate a child.
Oh, that's a food baby if I've ever heard of one.
Okay, so what's the conclusion? I think my guy takes the cake.
Yeah, Link.
And the toddler and the eel.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give this
And
one
the
to
puppies.
You. Both of these guys are not quite right in the head, but you win this round.
Terrare
takes it home.
You are officially crowned Hungriest Man Ever. But don't worry, Rhett. We are both winners today. It is time for the Airheads Bites Can't Stop, Won't Stop Challenge Prize Edition.
As you know, each week we've been competing against each other in a ridiculous challenge to see who can last the longest. And after 4 challenges, we tied. And both of us win the prize to sit on a beanbag with a bunny while wearing a blue tuxedo, eating bacon as his buddy tells him a bedtime story about how awesome he is in a British accent.
Shall we?
Congratulations, Link.
Congratulations, Rhett. Best reward ever.
Here we are. Here's some bacon.
Oh, giant bunnies.
Don't eat the bunny, eat the bacon.
Right. Oh. No, I'm
don't
gonna
want
allow
this.
you to
You don't want this.
read your story to me first. You drew the short straw.
Oh, can we just take this in for a second?
Yeah.
Bacon, bunnies,
Blue tuxedo,
blue tuxedo,
beanbags,
beanbags.
bingo. Well, we're not playing bingo, but you know what I mean.
I'm about to read you a bedtime story in a British accent.
Go for it.
How you doing, buddy?
Are you happy?
Okay, you ready?
Never been readier.
Once upon a time, there lived a young man named Charles Lincolnton Neo.
That's me.
He was a locksmith by trade.
Oh.
The greatest locksmith in all of Bowie's Creek Village. One day, he was called to old Mrs. Mole's cottage. She said she needed him to come over and unlock her carriage.
She did.
When Charles arrived at old Mrs. Mole's home, she opened the door and exclaimed, "Hello, Charles. Would you like to touch the large, multicolored, hairy mole that's perched just above my left nostril?"
No, I hope.
Charles said, "Not really. I'm just here to unlock your carriage." Old Mrs. Mole said, "Well, unlock my carriage is just a euphemism for touching my large mole."
Oh, gosh. Gross.
Charles replied, "That doesn't really make any sense, but no, I'd rather not touch your mole." At that point, old Mrs. Mole's eyes began to fill with tears. And suddenly, one large solitary tear fell from her eye, bounced off her large mole, causing it to glisten and become even nastier than before, and fell to the ground.
The mole or the tear?
The tear. Charles, filled with compassion, reached out his hand to touch the wet mole, and just as he put his hand across the threshold of her home, old Mrs. Mole grabbed his arm, flung him over her shoulder in a jiu-jitsu move, knocking him unconscious. She then took Charles's credit card and bought a bunch of tubs of body glitter. The end.
A bunch of tubs of body glitter?
Body glitter. That's your bedtime story. Are you sleepy?
Kind of freaky.
Are you sleepy, buddy?
All right.
What you got for me?
I got one for you. In Rhett's great mythical room, there was a telephone and a red balloon and a picture of the cow jumping over the moon. And there were 3 little bears sitting on chairs and 2 little kittens and a pair of mittens and a disemboweled man with a bloody broken stump for a hand and a pile of intestines full of demonic dimensions and a goo full
Hold up, pause. Does dimensions rhyme with mittens?
Dimensions rhymes with intestines.
No, it doesn't.
It does in Britain.
Right.
And a ghoul full of drool who is swimming in the man's stew.
Oh.
And a knife and an axe and a rabid raccoon. Just wait till he attacks. Rhymes with axe. Good night, room. Good night, balloon. Good night, cow jumping over the moon. Good night, bloody stump. Good night, intestinal lump. Good night, ghoul. Good night, seeping, stinking pile of stool. Good night, mythical crew. And good night, you, Rhett
Yes, you. Welcome the infinite darkness, Rhett. Go quiet into that good night.
Am I dying?
Sleep tight.
I didn't enjoy that.
That was good. That's your reward, man. Congratulations to us.
We should do this every day.
Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, and thanks to Airheads for sponsoring this episode.
You know what time it is.
I am Daxius McGill from Spokane, Washington. And it's time to spin the Wheel of Mythicality.
Airheads Bites have the same tangy, bold fruit flavors and chew of Airheads, but are now in easy-to-eat bite-sized pieces. To find Airheads Bites in a store near you, click on the link in the description.
And click through the Good Mythical More. We're going to bring the bunnies in, hang out with them, and hear an amazing backstory about how they survived.
Bunny backstory. Rhett controls Link's left arm with his mind.
Whoa, why am I giving the thumbs up? It's a great episode, but... No, what is happening? I don't know what's happening. Now it's just shaking. My fist is shaking at me. Stop! Stop! Okay, it stopped.
Wow, I never thought I'd be that good at that. Oh.
We're looking at
If you call
ourselves
the right number, we'll show up at your doorstep.
with a one-size-fit-all tux.
With these
The reason why it's one-size-fit-all is because
It's not one size fit all, it's one size fits all.